What's good, y'all? Welcome to another episode of Fun with Dumb. Today we have a special guest that I've known for almost 15 years. Actually, both of us, 15 years plus. My guest co-host today is Rex Dizzy.
What up, Rex?
Our special guest is originally from New York City, now residing in Seoul, Korea, as many of our Korean friends have done, moved to the motherland.
The Great Migration.
Yeah, he's an English rapper who went to Korea, learned the language, now doing both. We have Flowsik in the house.
Yo, what's up? Thank you for having me, man.
No worries, bro. It's been a long time coming.
Yeah.
You have a very distinct voice, I think, that people recognize out in Korea. Yeah, man, how are you, bro?
I'm all right, man. Nah, thank you for even letting me swing by. Cause I came here sort of randomly, and I gave you a call. Yo, Dumb, listen, I'm in LA. Yo, can we do a Fun with Dumb? You're like, let's do it.
No, that's been great because I think recently, just because they've been seeing me get a lot of rappers from Korea on the show, I've had people hit me up. Like PH1 was like, yo, let's do a Fun with Dumb, and people have been coming up. So I'm like, oh, shit, okay. Yeah. And then,
your show's very popular, bro.
Yeah, I guess.
You got people all over the world watching.
The critics are raving out there or what?
Yeah, man. I'm in Korea, in my house in Cheongdam.
Yeah.
They're saying it's fun.
Very entertaining.
Ebert Cheng gives it 2 thumbs up. But yeah, man, let's take it back for cats who may not be familiar. I know you kind of recently, revitalized things that's happening in your career because in the last couple of years you went on Show Me the Money and, but I'm not, before that, you've had a long line of the hustle, you know what I mean? The rap hustle. And I think we've all been there where you do something and you might get some fans there and then you might be quiet for a little bit and it's like a roller coaster for a rap career of emotions, But the first time I heard about you, I was rapping in Los Angeles. I was like 17, 18 or something like that. And at the time, we're just starting to hear about Asian American rappers in different parts of the country.
AsianRaps.com.
Yeah. There was actually a website back in the day called AZNRaps.com. And this was like
our billboard, like
you
know what I mean?
I think what it was it was a message board before, back then message boards was a huge thing, forums. And this is where all the Asian American rappers would congregate, online.
Wow, I can't believe we're talking about. I didn't even know we were gonna go here.
I think we should because
absolutely.
we haven't talked about it once.
No, we need to go through this because that's how it
crazy.
all started.
Like, bring the mic a little
I don't think
closer.
people are aware of Asian artists, like how much they've been Asian American artists particularly, how much they've been grinding since a long time ago in America. So like,
I mean, I think for any community to have existed back then was pretty rare.
Absolutely.
And this forum was one of those communities, and I was just the young cat going on it and angry as fuck and being arrogant like a lot of us, we're young rappers, it was just like we hated each other just because we're all competitive, you know what I'm saying? And I'd go on there and I'd see the New York rappers, and it was like Snacky Chan. I'd hear your name, and then all of a sudden I'd hear about Lyrics in Virginia, I'd hear about Jin, who else is there? There's a bunch of cats, but
there were so many.
Those were the few cats that I felt like were already kind of having a street team and things like that. And for those cats tuning in who aren't familiar with what a street team is, it's people who used to actually put posters of your upcoming mixtapes on the walls of the streets as you're walking by, pass out stickers. Like this was like, street level hustle. And
loud records shit.
Yeah, exactly. And for me at the time in Los Angeles, I wasn't even that far ahead where I had a street team or anything. I wasn't even really making that many music videos or whatnot. And you guys were like on the top of roofs and shit and like stuff. You know what I mean? With bubble goose jackets, like making music videos and shit. And with like Decipher, who's a good friend of ours, Danny Chung now.
Man. He's in Korea right now.
Yeah, he's in Korea now. But this was like I would say the early days of what Asian rap kind of looked like.
Yeah.
And that's what I heard about. Yeah.
Are we gonna skip past what like the Asian what the battles were like?
Okay, go ahead. Explain. Why don't you explain?
Yo, this is the funny shit. So it went beyond just Asians. Like there was a whole period of time when there was message boards, and then anybody who wanted to join a rap battle tournament, they would like, yo, open call outs, and then people were like, yo, I'm calling out this guy, and they're like, all right, your audio is due this day of the week. And then they would both upload tracks, and then people would like vote on that shit, who won.
And then that was one style. There was also key styling.
Oh yeah, key styling.
Where you would battle just typing.
I never got into the key styling part, but what key styling was
we did a little key style. That's how we that's how we met.
Really?
Because we went into like an AOL chat room.
Yo, America
online chat room, and that's how I met this fool. And I was, cause like, yeah, we were all going that shit, just like fucking key style and like rap into the chat.
You know, we were utilizing the internet like hard body when it first came out.
Key styling is when it's not audio, it's it's just text, right? You're typing out the lyrics.
But you're freestyling though, like you're doing it on the spot.
You're like a jazz pianist, just going off with rhyme schemes and shit.
Bring.
Yeah. No, I mean, that was interesting to kind of see that community, and to be honest, a lot of people were pretty active on it, I would say.
Absolutely.
For just
not
like
just Asian American artists, it was like for everybody.
Yeah, if you weren't Asian on that site, that was kind of weird.
Yeah. It was on AsianRaps.com.
Yeah, they're just like, I'll show these Asians. Like, no, but it was interesting to see that, and then finally, but beyond that, we were actually like rapping. You know what I mean? That was there was people who actually just, you know, hide behind the keyboard and who was on that, but that was just an addition to like what the fuck we were doing. We're out in open mics doing our thing. Yeah. And I remember in Los Angeles, like we had a show, and finally like you pulled up, like you came to this show, and that was my first time like seeing you in person. Yeah. Like you had your whole crew, like it looked.
Remember that?
Y'all looked hella East Coast too and shit. I was like,
tell us how you really feel, bro.
Yeah. No, I mean, because I was always competitive during that time, just seeing anybody from a different region come in, just because you know I don't know these people, and I'm hearing like this is the illest dude from there, whatnot. But here's the interesting thing I wanted to bring up about your history. You early on was messing with Ice-T.
Yeah.
Ice-T was like your management and your record label, right?
Well, no, it wasn't technically my record label, but somehow Ice-T had my mixtape in his house. I don't really know how he had it, but at that time I was giving my mixtapes out.
So he came across your mixtape.
Yeah. So this is what Ice-T told me. He was moving because this is when Law and Order season 1's about to pop off. So he had to move from the West Coast to the East Coast. So he's in Jersey. He moved to New Jersey.
Right.
But then while he was like sort of packing his bags in the West Coast, he was just, this is what he told me. He was like, yo, I have so many mixtapes and demos from other people. So he was like, he just grabbed something random and put it in the CD player and played it while he was moving. And it happened to be my mixtape.
I wonder who gave him the mixtape.
Yo, man, I think it was Nuz. I had a manager back in the day named Nuz, man. Shout out to Nuz, by the way, man. I haven't seen this guy in like a decade. But anyway, yeah, like surprisingly, that was my mixtape, and then my contact information was there.
He was just curious. He was like, yo, who's this Asian dude on this mixtape?
He didn't even know I was Asian. That's the crazy part.
Oh, okay.
He did not know I was Asian. He thought I was just
Puerto Rican.
Yeah, Puerto Rican or something.
I'm like looking at you. I'm like, what could you be?
Anything that's not Asian. He thought I was that. So
he probably didn't even fathom it that like this
definitely
could
not
be Asian.
I mean, especially at that time.
Yeah.
Like, you don't really see. Well, yeah, there was you were grinding. There was Asian American artists grinding. Rec was grinding, but it wasn't really like.
Yeah, cats don't know.
Yeah, nobody really knew. You know what I mean? So I met him like 2 months later in New York City.
Right.
He was like, all right, let's meet at Orange Studios because we made a song together. So.
And then you guys clicked, and he was
like, the moment we met, he saw me, and then he just totally ignored me because he didn't think I was Flowsik because he doesn't expect.
That's funny. Like if you had like a black manager and he thought like that dude's the rapper and you're the manager. Like,
that's probably what he was thinking.
Yeah.
But I told him I'm Flowsik. He was so shocked. Coco was there. She was shocked too. And then from there we made a song, shot a video, and that was about it.
And then you were rocking with him. It was short lived. Like you were rocking with him.
Yeah, and then we toured. We toured the West Coast a little bit together, like Vegas.
Yeah.
And after that, Law and Order just completely took off.
Right.
What season is it on right now? Like season number 20? I have no idea, but he just ended up like fully committing to.
TV. Yeah. He didn't really focus on his own label or whatever.
Yeah. He was trying to make a label at that time, though.
Yeah. I mean, how was it like? You have Ice-T on your corner at the time. Like, how did you feel? Because Ice-T was also like he's an OG. but he wasn't necessarily like doing much at the
Yeah.
time too. So,
Yeah.
but I mean, like that was kind of interesting. You being a super New York head, and he's
Yeah.
like a super West
No,
Coast.
it was. I don't. I can't explain. Like, I can't explain that. Like,
Yeah.
I was just the only thing I could be is grateful about it. You know. And,
Right.
And just keep it moving. But like there were so many times in my throughout my life where I thought, okay, this is the break, or that's the break. I'm sure you've been through that too. Like,
Yeah.
okay, this is it.
Yeah.
This opportunity was gonna get me on the map. Right.
Yeah, when I won that battle in key styling and Asian rap, I was like, here we go. Here we go, baby.
I hope they print this out.
No, you better frame that.
Passing out the printed lyrics
You
out
gotta
like a
frame
mixtape.
that,
Yeah.
frame that and put it up on the wall. But
Yeah, no, you're right though. It's a roller coaster like we talked about earlier. you
Yeah,
know?
it's always a roller coaster. And to be honest, like I performed with Ice-T in Vegas. It was a super lit show, but then after it's like everyone just sort of left, right? So I'm just like there, like, all right, is this it? Like, you know what I mean? So like
You're like, this is what the rap life is about?
no, well, I was wondering what the Ice-T lane, how far it was
Right.
going to go. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right,
But
right.
like, long story short, there's so many points in my life where I thought it was the breaking point, or
Right.
like it was the like the moment.
And
for
did
me.
you feel like, were you feeling yourself pretty hard at, at that moment? You're like, oh shit, I'm signed, all that shit.
Yeah, I mean, I was very, I worked hard at that
Yeah,
time.
yeah,
I
yeah.
worked very hard. So
I will say it was pretty rare to see. I mean, there was only a few Asian rapper mixtapes that I saw circulating in LA, like people passing it out and shit. And yours was one of them.
Yeah.
And the others was like Snacky Chan, and another one was Jackie Chain, actually, from the South.
Jackie Chain.
Yeah, that was like,
sounds so familiar. bro.
someone was passing out his mixtape in Los Angeles in like 2005.
Wow.
Like I was
Wow.
like, that shit was crazy, and I immediately I had to listen to it because the name was Jackie Chain, which
Jackie
I thought
Chain's
was
the
most
greatest-
amazing
greatest
Asian
rap
rap name.
names.
Fire.
His mixtape was called like Bruce Lean.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, this
Oh,
shit's
man.
fire. But let's take it back even further.
Yeah.
Actually, Rec has a connection to you because you guys went to school together.
Well, we didn't go to the same school.
How many times I gotta say we didn't go?
But
You guys know each other for a while.
yeah. I mean, I'm cool with his brother.
Yeah.
Ox, he's the man. I love him.
Yeah.
But Rec went to Bronx Science, and I went to Benjamin Cardozo High School. But these are all very like known schools. Like pretty much, if you're in Queens and you're in high school, you either went
Yeah,
to
and the Koreans are gonna know each other during that time
Yeah,
when you're
small
young,
community.
same age, around, And I heard you guys used to like rap together.
Yeah.
And like you guys like had battles and beefed it a little bit.
Yeah,
Is
of
that?
course, man. We're all young, having a good time. You know what I mean?
Well, so back then, like there wasn't that many Asian rappers, so like we would kind of seek each other out. You know what I'm saying? Then like, well, actually, even before that, you would just come hang out.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, like people like in middle school, we would just, even before high school, we would in middle school, like we would just go visit other people's schools. It was weird.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So he'd come out, hang, like
Because there was only a few kind of schools, right? Like
yeah,
a few
like,
main ones.
Bronx
yeah.
Science, Benjamin
even in middle
Cardozo,
school-
Stuyvesant. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, middle school too.
Yeah, so like they just pull up and then like, we'd all just like kick it, bullshit, smoke Newports and shit, like, and then we start rapping, and
just ciphers and shit.
yeah, and then it's like since we're like one or two of the only Asian, or not even Asian, but rappers in general, they would always try to like put us together and try
Like,
to like,
yo,
battle
battle right now.
and then sometimes like we were cool. But then motherfuckers kept making us like kind of like rivals or enemies and shit
Right.
in a way.
What, was it
Everybody's
because
hip-
you guys were the two Asian dudes? Is that why they
I mean,
made
just
you?
the two rappers.
Oh, two rappers. Okay.
Yeah, so there would be other like, and then like I'm sure he like went through this. We would have to battle like random people all the time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Like, yeah, I mean, I'm
Especially
sure
in
you
high school.
too, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
So
high school, it was all just rapping and battling. Like,
yeah.
Right.
in the schoolyard,
I'd sometimes-
outside the schoolyard.
Yeah, I'd get off. So I'd take the bus back because I went to school in Bronx Science. I couldn't just take the regular bus. I'd be like, nah, fuck that. I'm just gonna get on the school bus
Yeah.
and just fall asleep and then get off in Queens, and then I'd get off at like his at Cardozo areas, and then motherfuckers would just be like surrounding me, like, yo, get like right when I get up, like I thought I was getting jumped and shit. I'm like, they're like, yo,
where's Flo?
yo,
Where's
yeah,
Flo,
where's
man?
Flo at, yo? You gonna bow right now? I'm like,
Right,
what the
right,
fuck?
right.
Man, those were the days.
That's
man.
what happens, bro. Because they'll just treat y'all like it's like a cockfight, Like you go in
Yeah.
there like in fucking battle. Nah, but that's crazy. Like I just seeing that from you know, you guys obviously had your own world. I had mine over here, and then seeing you come over here, do your thing, and then I think at that point, you know, over the years that all of us been involved in this scene, it's like we kind of just kept up with each other because, you know, it's a small world, you know, and it's kind of like a family in a sense because we just all like, you know, all in this rare thing together, you know, and there's a rare journey. But you had an interesting kind of journey. So the iced tea thing, and then you've always kind of kept it moving. You know, you'd be quiet for a little bit, and all of a sudden you're like, "What the fuck? This dude with like cash money and shit." Like, so like,
you know, no. So like, you know, when I went to Korea pretty much with nothing. Like I went to Korea just for no reason.
Yeah, did you think you were gonna go to Korea? Because I didn't see that coming for you because you were just a very New York motherfucker.
Yeah,
you know?
I had no plans of trying to do anything musically in Korea at all. I went there just to take a break from like New York. I was in New York the whole time. You know what I mean?
And were you one of those kids who like visited Korea often?
No.
Like, so this was your first time?
Not my first time.
You
I
just
think my second time.
Pull up the Incheon airport with a bubble goose jacket and Timberland boots.
Yeah, pretty much. Like 3 pairs of boxers. The only thing I brought with me musically though was my MIDI keyboard.
Okay.
Yeah, I brought that with me. That was the only important thing that.
You pull up, and how did you? I know you were part of a group called Asiatics for a while.
Yeah.
And this was a group that
was not part of the plan either.
Right. But this group was like a very Korean group where you know everybody kind of has a role. Like you were the rapper in the group. There was like an R&B, 2 guys, producer, all that.
Yeah.
And the sound of it was this kind of mainstream K-pop / you know, like when K-pop's trying to do English stuff too.
Yeah.
So how was that transition? Like,
you know, in the beginning it was very tough because I was so just that New York hard rapper. And Asiatics, I mean, I love Asiatics, but at the time it was so different.
Right.
Something that I wasn't used to. But I think I made the right decision to be a part of the group because I learned so much, you know.
Like musically?
Musically, yeah. So like I broke out the box of just hip hop, like just rap. Like because of Asiatics, I learned how to produce.
It took you out of your comfort zone.
It took me out of my comfort zone, but I fell in love with different kinds of music. Like I love pop music, I love R&B,
Right.
I love it all. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because of Asiatics.
And before you were just heavy rap.
Yeah. And then like
I think it also kind of brought it out because I think you did like some things. Like I remember back in the day, like motherfuckers would just like break out and sing like Backstreet Boys and shit. Just,
yeah, dude.
Just like fucking around, though.
Dude, I was singing.
Funny as hell.
I was singing first before rap. Bro.
But that's the thing. It's like what it is like you might be into it, but you need things to kind of take you out of that shell and make you make you comfortable with liking that too. Because people would like some shit, but they won't express that they like it.
Yeah, exactly.
You never put it on a song.
And all, but this is not what I had in mind. Like, you know, but
like you'll sing some Kelly Clarkson in the NRB, but you won't put that shit on a track.
Yeah. No, but then like, see now, but then throughout the years, now I've matured so much as an artist that I'm willing to show these things.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Like I realized that I'm not just a rapper. Like, yeah, I've been rapping this whole time, but like I realized that it's not just rap that I like.
But that's good that you've had things to take you out of the shell, because I know people our age or even older that still hasn't, you know, and that feel uncomfortable with liking certain things because they grew up a certain way. I have a homie who, like, he has to be hard all the fucking time. Like, he can't even, you know what I'm saying? Like, he can't even take, like, a tweet or some internet shit that pops up. He's like, nah, fuck this shit, has to comment on it, you know, like.
There's, like, a puppy that walks by, is, like, fighting back a tear. He's like, look, I want to love that puppy.
I want to love that puppy, but it's not a pit bull.
That's hilarious. Oh my god.
Nah, but real talk, I mean, even like for you, I know, you know, because you were like New York fitteds, all that shit, and I saw you in these music videos, and it was like a whole new thing for you. You know what I'm saying?
It was first when I did Asiatics, it was the New York fitted, and then it just slowly I started transitioning more and more.
Yeah, it's like let me put product in my hair.
It's like let me do a down pro right here.
So the group. Y'all fucking won like best group at the Mama Awards,
yes,
right?
2012.
Which is Mama Awards is like the biggest fucking shit. Like Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre performed at that shit.
Yeah, it was huge.
Yeah, so like so after that probably changed it. Still like changed. Like, yo, we can't go back to the.
Yeah. So wait, the Asiatics was like it was starting to pop off because we would see things. We have a whole clique of
That's
people.
a huge accomplishment, honestly.
Yeah, it is. So you had this group. It's starting to get a fan base. And you're doing the pop thing.
Yeah.
And you're playing big shows at Mama Awards, which is the big Asian award ceremony thing. Like how do you feel at that point? Like musically, are you fulfilled?
Definitely not, because at that time, musically, there was still things that I wanted to show that I couldn't technically show as a group because we got 2 other members, and the style is different. But
you're rapping pretty much for the sake of that pop song or whatever.
And I'm not gonna lie to you, like my lyricality sort of like fell down throughout the Asiatics experience because
you're not
after a while you
it.
realize you can't write such difficult raps in these kind of songs,
right?
Like lyrically.
Did they tell you like tone down the lyrics?
They're like, yo, you're going like bum, 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 too much. You know what I'm saying? Like, it gotta be easy. So to me, their version, like what they consider easy to me, it's not even considered anything. Like I could just sleep and just write that real quick. So like, yeah, I learned a lot. But then as far as a pound for pound rapper goes, like I sort of like strayed away from that.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
let me ask you this, because the one thing that was really interesting when that group was popping off was this Cash Money thing.
Yeah.
And I was always curious about this. I think me and Rec were both curious, like, because we saw that like when that happened, and different sites putting like Asiatic signs to Cash Money for this amount. I forget how much or whatever.
11.3 million. Yeah.
What was it?
11.3 million.
11.3. So what is the logistics of this deal? Because that sounds crazy.
Well, any deal, if you have a multiple album deal,
right? So was that the deal?
Probably out. Yeah. So we had 4 or 5 album deal. Yeah, or something like that. 3 to 5, I think, with options. 4th and 5th as an option. Yeah. So all those put together is 11.3 million. So when we were working on our first album, we got our initial
portion of that.
Yeah. I mean, that's in advance. Like you're supposed to get that. But then it's like from there, pretty much that was pretty much it. Like we made hella tons of music. But we weren't really that active, like physically. Like we weren't doing PRs, promotions, and stuff like that.
So was that because their involvement kind of fell out?
You know what? At that time, I'm not too sure. I know they were signing a bunch of new artists. So like prioritizing everybody is like very difficult to do for any label. You know what I'm saying? Like you're gonna want to prioritize what's guaranteed, right?
What was this meeting like literally Birdman and Slim?
Yeah,
like
I was with Birdman and Slim. Yeah, I met Khaled. I met Wayne. I met them all. Like
that's crazy.
Yeah, I was so shocked.
So they were really interested in kind of breaking into this Asian market globally.
Absolutely. Yeah. And if I was to think about this now, I think we were just a little early. Because you look at it now, you look at the time now, like K-pop, I think in America, for example, is a lot more.
Well, there's a lot of
limelight than it was 7-8 years ago.
There's a lot of groups that are too early, which I thought were actually right on time, like 21 or Big Bang, right? Yeah. We thought that was like right on time, but actually even they were too early. Yeah. Which is kind of crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's just another reminder of how important timing is and utilizing that timing to your benefit. You know what I'm saying? So like.
Are you on good terms with everybody from Asiatics?
Oh yeah. Nicky, he's in Taiwan, China. Like this guy's on fire. Like Nicky is in Asia.
I mean, all those guys seems like real musicians who are gonna carry on to do more things.
Absolutely.
Right?
Like I wasn't willing to work with them if they weren't real musicians. Like I take music very seriously. I ain't trying to. I didn't work this hard.
Contrived,
yeah, for this amount of time and sacrifice all this in my life to work with half-ass artists.
Well, it kind of felt like that because it's like none of the other two are really. They're not necessarily like just boy band contrived looking dudes either.
Yeah, no, definitely not.
I mean?
They all have solo. They all have solo careers. So it's like, to be honest, Asiatics too. It wasn't something we planned. We just collaborated on one song together, all 3 of us.
Okay.
As solo artists, and then what happened was when that song and that video came out, the reaction was just immense, and they all thought we were actually a group.
What was the thing that ended the group? Was it the deal, the Cash Money deal?
Pretty much. We were on a standstill for quite some time. I mean, you could be on a standstill for like, a certain time, but if that becomes too long and you're just wasting time, you're wasting your life. So it's like, for me, it's not a matter about money. because money always comes if you do it right. For me, it was a matter of just being on the right lane at the right time. So to me, that whole Cash Money experience wasn't my time.
Right.
It's, if I was to relate to this in like a godly way, which I try to do a lot, God was just telling me that's not your time yet. Like I'll give you a taste, but this isn't the full plate for you yet.
So what was that like first album kind of feel like? Did you feel like y'all had like $2 million to play with? You know?
Oh yeah,
like,
we're working with top producers, bro. We're working with Red One, Afrojack. We're working with producers out in Nashville. Like
this is all like recording budget stuff.
Recording budgets, flying to Spain, flying here, flying there.
Right.
So technically, like, yeah, the Cash Money experience, it didn't turn out the way I wanted it to. But did I learn a lot from it? Fuck yes. And I wouldn't change that for anything, because like now what I know now, like I could utilize that now.
Right.
So
that's tight. I mean, you learned a lot about the label deals too.
Which is why I'm not signed to a label.
Yeah, like, but here's the thing. So I know, like, we've talked a lot about you're very independent in the way you move, and you don't kind of just take any deals, you know, and like, I'm sure this event had like some kind of
oh hell, it was a huge
bad
traumatizing situation.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm thinking. Yeah. When I talk to, I'm feel like
lying down at night. I'm like, yo, is this gonna happen?
No.
Like, if I was to hold my breath and like wait for the moment that things were gonna pop off, I would have been dead.
Well, like, I feel like it is kind of a traumatizing experience. That experience was after talking to you about the way you move now, and that is because after that all this happened, you went on. You know, you were quiet for a while, and then you went on Show Me the Money, which is a reoccurring thing with all the Korean rappers who come on here.
Oh, man.
You go on Show Me the Money, and you kill it. People are like, oh, shit, this is a voice and a style we haven't heard. Yeah. You're like a favorite amongst all the rapper dudes. After the experience, like you didn't win, but after the experience, people were like still fucking with you.
I'm going to tell you right now, with Show Me the Money 5, if it was an online voting casting system, I would have won that hands down.
Yeah, you were a favorite.
Yeah, I would have won that by long shots. But the problem is that, you know, these shows are all,
they want to carry it on.
They all have agendas. You know what I'm saying? It's all a platform to promote the artist. So with shows like Show Me the Money and these other shows, it's simply put, it's to promote the artist. So now you look at who's on Show Me the Money, they're all signed. It's no longer a person just from the block from, you know, like Hongdae. You know what I'm saying? And he wants to like showcase his talent, and he's gonna go on the show. It's not like that. It's you see that they're all signed artists, signed to like a Highlight or to a AOMG or to a YG, and all that show is just promoting them. Right. That's all it is. So like, for me at that time, I wasn't with a company. I came in Show Me the Money 5 alone with no backing. You know what I'm saying? So like, I already felt the pressure.
Right.
Like, okay, like this is most likely not gonna turn the way I wish it turns out. But like learning what I've learned from the past, and just believing in what I'm really good at. You know what I'm saying? I just did what I did, and and sensibly though.
I do think you kind of had the natural kind of battle background when you were on the show.
Oh, it felt like anybody from America has a battle background,
that's true,
bro.
That's true.
Dumb. We're talking to the
but you're right though. The Asian Americans have a battle kind of spirit.
Absolutely,
you know, the spirit.
Yeah.
You know,
it's and especially in Korea, like when it comes to something competitive, bro. You know, they're gonna really try their best. You know what I mean? So, you know, being independent and it being such a competitive environment. It was a little bit, there was a lot of pressure. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I remember you was in LA before you actually went on the show.
Yeah.
Well, and then keep talking. I'm just gonna check. Keep talking. All right. Keep going. No, go. I have to check it real quick.
Yeah.
When you're telling a story and the homie just bounces. But so, you know, you ran. Wait, how did we even see each other? I feel like
No, because
you tell me you okay.
No, I hit you. I think we just hit each other up, bro. Like, every time I'm in LA, I try to hit you or Dom.
Anyways, so you were here. I mean, you were here, and then we just like linked up and chatted. We actually you met Roy Choi at that time too.
Yes, I did.
Yeah, and then you were just talking about how you're gonna go to Korea, and you were like, "Show me the money." Like, you know what? I'm gonna go out there, you know, on some humble shit, but I'm gonna show them what the fuck I can do. And then like I could tell like you really had your like mind right. You was focused. And you was about to go in.
Yeah. No, I was because of Korean language. I'm just not fluent enough.
Yeah.
To fully display Korean where it could translate to the Korean viewer or the Korean listener.
How do you do it though? What is the process like for that?
Well, in the beginning, none of my Korean raps made any sense. No sense. And to be honest with you, after trying and after doing this for a while now, and I know you guys all know this because you guys talked about it too, but like, you know, the way we write our raps with Korean and English, they're not going to understand it. Koreans will never. They may understand some of it, but most of it they're not going to understand because they don't know the slang words in America. Like, you know what I'm saying? And they just don't know how we play with words. So it's like for me, when like for the first few years of making songs in Korean, I look at the comment section. They're like, I don't know what this guy is saying.
Right.
But then you got people from like Russia, from Europe and stuff who were loving it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it was like I realized that I'm catering to the international market. Like, yeah, I'm in Korea, and I'm trying my best to have Korean.
Well, luckily
listening.
you have the flow.
Yeah,
you know
yeah,
what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Which is like, I think that's how everybody kind of listens to Korean music now, anyways, internationally.
Sonically, I think sonically.
Yeah, like think about BTS fans. They don't, 90% of them don't know what they're saying.
Yeah. Wait, so their songs, right?
Oh,
like,
they do.
Their
Though.
songs are all.
Well, they will look it up,
Yeah.
But
Yeah, so like like Blackpink, like BTS, like right now here, like are their songs in Korean or
yeah,
like
they're,
fully Korean?
they're still in Korean.
Fully Korean.
Yeah,
That's
not fully. They'll base some English. I don't know why it sounded so country.
No,
right there,
because
but-
I helped BTS with their Mic Drop song, and I wrote their English lyrics.
Oh, a
So
little
I'll-
insight.
So
You've worked with BTS.
yes, I did. It was Steve Aoki. Designer was part of that project too.
Oh, wow.
Because Designer featured in the Mic Drop remix.
Right.
Yeah. So
That's crazy. So you helped on the lyrics
on the English
part.
lyrics. Of
Wow,
that.
that's
yeah,
tight.
Yeah. So like, I was just wondering because I'm not in America enough to like really see. Like,
Well, let me tell you,
firsthand
you're in
going
for
on.
a treat. Let me look.
Wow,
if
man,
you're
what's
unfamiliar,
going
wow,
on, man? We're gonna have some BTS, man. We're gonna have armies watching this.
you're
man,
gonna
for
be
real.
quite shocked with where they've gone.
I mean, I'm aware they're on
Those guys
top.
are doing okay.
Let's just say they're
I'm
doing a little
aware.
better than okay.
I'm aware they're on top of the world.
Okay, okay.
I'm aware of that. It's just like music, like as far as like.
Here's a
you
little
know, their
BTS for a BTS. Okay.
track. Shout out to all the armies,
Yikes.
man.
No, but that's cool. Man, that's wild. And I mean, I'm sure actually that kind of thing has happened for a lot of Korean rappers where maybe K-pop groups are reaching out to rappers they like in Korea to write certain rap parts. Is that a common thing?
No, there's a lot of idols these days that are working on hip hop content more. So, I mean, these projects didn't get released yet, but from what I've been seeing and being a part of, because I'm a part of some of these projects. Yeah, there's a lot of idols that are actually working on like hip hop kind of content.
Right.
Like,
Okay, so the way you're saying hip hop kind of content.
What the quotes?
Yeah, I mean, even for them, like, what's your opinion on like, so like, we kind of grew up in the culture,
Yeah.
we're out here, we was battling or whatever. We grew up like listening to like Dead Prez and like, getting woke and like, DMX, whatever, all that shit. But then, in Korea, they take music very seriously, but they also look at it like kind of like, oh, you just gotta study this shit. You gotta study the gestures.
It's a different style.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and it's kind of like mimicking the shit. I'm not saying all Koreans, but like there are, especially like in the industry.
Yeah. I don't. You see, like if you're in Korea, if you're a rapper and you're a fan of hip hop and you're watching videos, that's fine. I think you can be a part of hip hop like that. But if it's just for the pure, like I got to do a rap part for this pop song, and you're like just filling in this thing, I don't think that's hip hop. You know what I mean? Like, but I don't think just because a kid is like watching it through his computer, like that's not hip hop. Like he could be a fan and like really be into the culture.
Yeah.
But there's a different level of mimicking. You know what I mean? Like if you're
very nuanced, I guess. It's a nuanced conversation.
It is. But I know where you're coming from because I know a lot of hip hop cats in Korea who, you think they are mimicking, but certain cats can really spit and they are really truly into the culture.
Yeah.
But it's like they can only do so much for their involvement in hip hop. Like it's hard for them to be involved.
I was at this very popular spot these days in Korea right now. It's called Flowsik. It's like a lounge / club or whatever. Anyway, I was there. I was just chilling, and then I see like a bunch of little rappers come, and they all look like bunch of triple X's, like They look like Power Rangers, bro. Like
the style is like they literally just
you just look at what your favorite rapper in America is wearing,
right?
Like how their hair's done,
yeah,
what they wear, and they just literally try to look the same exact way.
That's a different thing to me. That's like fashion.
Yeah,
I don't think that's necessarily like rap shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, for sure. But I think fashion has somewhat to do with hip hop because if you're gonna relate fashion to hip hop, it's pretty much what the hell you want to wear.
I get it.
You know
I'm just saying if that's the only element of hip hop, you're kind of getting
but he's saying
influenced
that
by.
they're rap. You said they're rappers.
Oh, they are rappers.
Well, they're rappers, yeah. And
Okay.
I'm hearing their raps, and it's just trash. And then but then you look like you're like a superstar rapper.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So to me, that makes no sense to me. Like, and I actually stopped trying to battle myself about what's right and wrong. Like, I just don't even bother anymore. Like, it is, you do what you got to do, buddy. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Right.
But yeah, like I don't
you
know,
feel when you see that, you feel like this kind of non-authentic thing.
it's very non-authentic to me.
Yeah.
It's very non-authentic to me
Yeah.
because it's not like if you're gonna relate it to songs like music. I think a lot of them copy and paste too.
Yeah.
You just see what you see on. It's because of the internet. You have a whole access of influence now. But then now it's that easy to just copy and mimic.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
I think,
to be completely honest with you, that's how I look like. That's how I look at hip hop in Korea right now.
the way I see things a lot is like I can tell. I never try to even. I see things like that, and obviously I know it's not authentic. You know. But the one thing I always judge it is by like the way people talk about their hustle, right? Like a lot of people talk about what they're doing at the moment, what they're about to do, and you can just tell like they're not in the game.
Yeah,
like if you're really in the game, you know where the fuck how this shit works. You know what I mean?
You've been grinding for like Lord knows how long. You know what I'm saying? So we just know like the process.
Yeah, fools be talking about like how one thing, like one interview you're about to get here or this thing you're about to sign to is going to be the point where you're on. And that's we all know that's not how things work.
That's not even the beginning. Like
it isn't. You're right. It's not even the beginning.
It's not.
And this is coming from people who've been like, we've had shit pop off and it's been quiet and we've done it again and again, like whether it's a viral thing. Shout out to you. Also, you had the viral joint, the freestyle that you were involved in.
Yeah, shout outs to DPR, man.
Yeah, and that's like a thing that really kind of also helped out a lot.
Yeah, absolutely.
I remember hearing that song and video and like it's like you show up like you're the final boss. It was like, oh, here we go.
Yo, man, I wish you were a part of it, man.
Yeah. No, I mean, I heard from that camp that you almost didn't do it.
Yeah, I think it was because of timing, actually, because I just wasn't going to be in the country in time to like do all this stuff.
Right.
But
everybody snapped on
I was
that.
a part of it. Yeah, luckily I was a part of it.
Yeah,
and
it was a good verse, man.
Yeah, like I wrote that. I didn't even write that. I practically freestyled that thing. Like, I mean, it is a freestyle, right?
So I practically freestyled.
Hey, if you read the lyrics, it's nothing crazy, bro.
It was just a lot of double time stuff.
Yeah, it's just flow. It's just flow.
Right.
Like for me, it's always been sonic. Like sonically, I like to sonically impress people's ears, because like let's face it, you got like rappers these days, you don't even understand what the hell they're saying, but if it sounds good,
a lot of it has gone to sonic level, which I think should really work for you. I mean, you're all about lyrics, but I'm saying the flow is a big part of what you do, right?
Well, yeah, which brings me like to my next point. Like I've been rapping this whole time, but then like now I want to show other styles of music. Well, it's like I realized that my voice is an instrument and I can utilize my instrument the way I want to. You know what I'm saying? So like this next project I got coming out is something like not like the fans are not expecting this kind of music from me.
You've known him since like middle school. Has his voice always been this like husky and shit?
Pretty much just got a little bit deeper.
Yeah.
This was like 5 years. He's like 5 years old. Like, you got a yogurt too.
I went to like a church retreat. I'm just like praying like God. The next thing you know, my
like
voice,
DMX.
Yeah, my voice changed, bro. It's crazy.
You go like, hi, I'm Flowsik. Like there's never that moment.
Yeah. What if? Yeah, I was wondering like if it drastically changed one summer. Like, hi, I'm Flowsik. And it's like, yo, it's been a hell of a summer.
In Korea, I'd be walking on the street sometimes, and I talk to my friend who I'm walking with, and then the person in front of
automatically hears
like,
you. Yeah, I can see that.
And they look at my face, they're like, that couldn't have been him. Like talking.
No, real talk though. I don't think there would be a lot of Koreans out there that would sound like you.
Yeah, I don't I don't think so. But I think God blessed me with a very unique voice, and I just want to utilize it the best way I can, like from with what I got coming up next. And,
yeah, you can't. It's even hard to tone that voice down using Korean. Like,
when I talk Korean, my tone changes. I become like an innocent boy. Like, 안녕하세요. 네.
No, but you could still hear your voice in it.
Yeah. That's part of I realized that's part of like just functioning in Korea.
Yeah.
Like, cause I have like a homegirl who's just like very bohemian, I guess, and like very forward thinking. She's like, all that shit. And then once she, she's chill as fuck and she looks like a boss. But when she gets in a cab or she gets like her receipt back from like a cashier lady, she's like it just changes. And that's like part of like being in Korea, like as a Kyopo and like Asian American, we go out there, we're like, oh yeah, we just be ourselves. Like that shit's fake. Like they just change their tone. But it's like, nah, like when you're in Korea, there's like certain customs and how you operate in society.
I feel like it's so quick to like pass judgment upon somebody just from their image, like whether it's the way they talk or simply the way they look. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I could hear, like, for example, I mean, I'm not going to get into specifics, but like in general, as an example, if a foreigner was to speak Korean, but then they might sound a little bit 건망지, like 싸가지 없는.
Like he's rude in a way.
But technically that's not his intentions at all.
Right.
It's just that's how he's delivering his words.
It's like a New York City person, right? Like the way they talk and then have that confidence as you're walking around. Like they don't give a fuck who you are.
Yeah.
And it's not disrespect. It's the attitude.
Exactly. It's like it's all respect.
Korea is kind of the opposite of New York, the way you talk to people.
Yeah. You gotta just automatically like.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I do. It's just naturally happened that way. Like when I talk Korean, my tone changes. Like I don't sound like this. Like I sound more like an innocent boy.
You spend a long time in Korea. Would you say that now you're like a lot more Korean, or would you say?
I think my Korean improved a lot.
Yeah, how about the attitude and the vibe?
I'm not gonna lie. I got some friends telling me, "Yo, Flo, you got soft because of Korean, man."
Yeah.
But I mean, if it did change me, yes, I'm gonna embrace it.
Yeah. I mean, it seems like you are. You're not. I don't see you as one of the guys who gone over there and all of a sudden trying to still put this exterior on.
Yeah, no,
because there's a lot of American dudes that go over there that still try to like hold on to that. You know what I mean? And that's like the last thing they have. They're like, I gotta still be. And which I think is a little lame. It's like you're not letting the environment, like you gotta coexist.
No, but to be honest, the environment, if you're in a certain environment for a while, you're gonna conform to that environment somewhat. You know what I'm saying? So like in Korea, like, let's face it, I planted myself in Korea, so according to the environment of Korea, I'm gonna grow accordingly. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, I think it's like I just have this feeling that it's time that I slowly make my leave. Because I've been in Korea for a long time. Yeah, I've been there for over 10 years.
So what's the next move? So like it's interesting because you were out here, grinding. You went through pretty much levels that people consider to be like the top thing you can do. You went out there and you did the same thing. You went to Show Me the Money, came out. You didn't want to sign a label. You're traumatized. No, fuck with you. No.
I just don't like telling. I don't want them telling me what to do.
And you're careful about the decisions you're gonna make. I get it. But
as an artist, you should be able to draw the picture the way you want to draw it. Like I know for a fact in Korea, if I'm signed to a label, eventually it's gonna reach a point where I'm not gonna be able to do that.
Right.
And then from there, you're not an artist. You're just doing what you're told to do.
So you're happy being this complete independent person.
I really am. Now, is it easy? Hell no.
It's not.
You know what I'm saying? But I came from the struggle. I came from the gutter, so I'm used to that.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? So, but I'm doing a lot better than I was before.
Right,
like,
right. And you're a lot happier.
Yeah, I'm a lot happier.
Which is actually ultimately the most important
thing. But then I think the most important word, which you brought up, was embracing it and just being grateful about it.
Right.
Because, like, I took it further than I ever did in the past. So as long as we're moving forward, right? Like,
so what is it a scary thing for you now? Have really you know, gone into this Korean element of your music, rapping in Korean. Like your next album, I'm assuming, is majority Korean, right?
Majority Korean, yeah.
Yeah. So how is your plan to do this, like, and promote it on an international Korean level? Like, you know, because like Korean music is obviously international now, and you want this international market.
Yeah, well, you know, like let's break it down. Like, you know, the timing right now, as of today, you know, you got content coming from Korea, not just music. You know, you got foreigners watching drama, all like Korean dramas, Korean movies. Like,
right.
Everybody's watching it now, so it's like I think timing is great. Number one, and number two, I think. What's that sound? Oh, that's the bus.
That's the horn
My
where
bad.
we reached the 50-minute
My
mark.
bad.
No, I'm fucking with you.
No, but the second thing is, the first is the timing, and the second is like everything like that I know right now, all the experiences from America from the past, and then what I learned in Korea up till now. Like I just feel like this all boiled down for this very moment. Like I'm a deep thinker, like, and I'm a faith type based kind of person. So like, you know, I look at the situation and I just really feel like everything that I've been through, and I think this goes for all of us, not just me, go for Korean Americans, I think, is that we reached a time where we have opportunities to really take our careers further,
right?
And especially in out west, you know what I'm saying? And like K-pop, it's like you said, it's international. There's blogs covering everything now. Like K-pop is like everywhere. Like it's very easily accessible more than before.
Let me ask you this: if there's one label in Korea that you could sign to, who do you think?
That's the hardest question ever. Man.
Yeah, I mean, it's not about that you
we
are.
just talked about
him
being independent and all that shit.
Well, I think it's just me asking you, who do you think is doing it, you know, right, in a way, more than you joining, you know, like, you don't have to say it's something you joined, but like, you know, someone like you don't think is shady and they're actually operating in a cool way, you know?
Man. Yo, that is a hard question, man.
Yeah.
It's a hard question. I honestly can't answer that question, but I would want to, now if I could just revise that a little bit, I would want to have my label under, as a subsidiary of a major company. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So like if you look at Highlight,
you want to start your own label.
Pretty much.
Does that mean you want to sign other artists? Do you have that interest or what?
Yeah, I mean, if it ever reaches that point, why not? Like, you know, I'm not the type that's gonna like just get anybody and just train you to become a freaking rapper. Like, you have to like do your thing.
Yeah, but the thing is, for me, like, I don't really have much interest in signing artists. Like, I don't want to, you know, because it's gonna take a lot of time and energy. It's not like, even if they come being a dope rapper and they have their own vision artistically, like, it's work for you to align them with, you know, the right visuals and all this stuff.
If I'm gonna
promotion, marketing.
If I'm gonna try to sign an artist, it's gonna be someone who's already sensible of how everything works, such as someone like you, or someone like me, or someone like Rec, or anybody else who's been doing it independently, or an artist that's been with the company in the past, right? Who already has somewhat of a fan base. You know what I'm saying? All you need to do is cater to their content making. You know what I'm saying? Like, you do what you want. You're an artist.
Right.
So I'm not going to sit here and tell you how to make your music.
Well, I think that goes back to what you said about when you get signed. That's not even step one.
It's not step one.
Like, you really do have to have, you kind of have to get the motor running, and then the other, you know, the other dudes or the wheels. I don't know where the fuck I was going with that. But yeah,
no,
wheels
absolutely.
and the grease.
You have to take it to a certain extent on your own, because it's like, think about it. If you could do that on your own, and then you just get a little bit of support, like, it would do better. Like,
it's true.
That's just that simple.
It's
you know,
true.
So if I was to ever sign artists, I would want to sign artists that are already like, they know what they're doing, and you know what I mean.
So where are you gonna move next if you're ready to leave Korea?
You know, I don't even know yet.
Could that be like anywhere, not even
the
US?
Anywhere. Thanks to the internet and thanks to VPN, I could base out of anywhere.
It could be
you
like
know what I'm saying?
Barcelona. Thanks to VPN.
Seriously.
Shout out to VPN.
Yo, shout out to VPN. Yo,
VPN one time.
I could be right here, and then I just log onto an IP address in another country, like, and I'm there. Like, you know what I mean?
That'd be my, like, if I had a Chinese pop group, it'd be called VPN.
I'm gonna give you guys a little secret, man, because like in Instagram, I can't do those. In Korea, I can't do the song plugging on my stories. It's blocked by the region.
Shit.
But if you have a VPN, it works. And you log on to a USA IP
right.
address.
Oh, that's true. Like, you mean Spotify and stuff?
Yeah, Spotify, or like, what was I just talking about? No, like if you go to Insta Stories, you could plug in a song,
Yeah.
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
Also, if you log into VPN, you could watch porno out there.
yeah, that's another thing.
Yeah.
That's another thing.
Korea's weird.
You can
'cause
ask Rec all about
well,
that.
Korea will block a lot of porn sites, but I've seen porn sites that aren't blocked there.
Oh.
And I'm like, y'all missed one.
Yeah, they probably got a bunch of,
Yeah.
Korea stuff.
What was that the voice that you're doing? I missed one. Pick it off now.
I was like playing the role of the monitor guy at the cyber police, like, hey, you missed one, guys.
That's hilarious, bro. That thing
Like I'm
is
the
so
intern
funny.
at the cyber police. Hey guys, you missed one.
Didn't you have that in like one of your
I
scenes
did.
in your video? That
yeah,
was so
in the
that
young
video
in the
was
young
great.
music video, we did a green screen and the backdrop was the
Yeah.
Yo, that was funny, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
Very
That was great.
sensible. I like that.
That was
I
fun.
like that.
That was fun. Yeah, man. So you've never put out an album in Korea?
No. I just did like singles, dual singles. I did like featurings for a bunch of people. That's about it. But then like these days, people don't really release full albums.
But you are gonna put a full album out eventually.
I'm gonna it's gonna be a project. Like how many songs? Like I'm not gonna say how many songs
Right.
specifically there are, but it's gonna be
When's
gonna
that
be a
coming
group
out?
project. Summertime. So I got
And
like
is this all independent?
yeah, it's independent.
Damn, but you're working with like a Korea distributor.
Yes,
and shit.
exactly.
Yeah.
So just hold hands with a few third party companies out in Korea who can
Yeah.
help with the PRing and the marketing. And
You work with your brother too, right?
my brother Day Guns, no, I don't.
Okay.
Yeah, he's married with 3 kids. He's grinding in New York. I mean, I wish.
He was doing stuff with you musically, right? Or no?
Long time ago.
Yeah,
Long
and now
time
he's
ago.
gone on to the family life.
Yeah, family life. He
Yeah.
went a little too early, actually, but he's,
He went a little too early, like he passed away or something. He left us way too soon.
my brother, shout out to Day Guns, man.
Yeah,
the
yeah.
most realest dude. But this guy gave up his whole 20s, like, and he had to work right away,
Right.
and he had to give up the music thing. But then, like, for me,
grind, yeah.
part of my mission was, okay, let me carry that torch for you then. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like, let me accomplish this for you,
Right.
too. Yeah, so
Right,
that
right.
was another inspiration that gave me, like, gave me the strength to, like, keep moving forward.
Hey,
you know?
aside from whatchamacallit, like key styling and going on message boards and making
Yeah.
our little songs using sound recorder
Yeah.
while you play the CD player
Yeah.
thing. There was one thing we used to do, and we used to just call each other up and cipher.
Oh, yeah. Like, 3-way calls.
Like 4 different rappers, just like
Is it-
Yo,
is
is
this
everyone,
like-
is everyone on the line? Is
Yeah.
everyone on the line? No,
Is
yo,
it this?
who got the
And,
beat?
and are we talking like house phone?
yeah,
Yeah,
house
house
phones,
phones, bro.
landline.
Yeah,
House
yeah.
phone,
And
Landline, yeah.
yeah, and then like your mom will pick up, like what the fuck is that? Like pick up the phone to a rap concert and shit.
That's a guy.
Who's yelling at you?
Yo,
And
the
then-
phone bill is up.
Mom, get off the phone! I'm killing it right now.
Yo, and then I remember when I met J Key, I was like, yo, you
shout
wanna?
out to J Key, by the way.
I was
I
like, you
went
wanna
to
rap?
his alumni New York store. He has a store
Yeah,
in Flushing.
yeah.
I just picked this up from his store. Yeah, shout out to J Key, man.
Shout out J.K. for the
Yeah,
denim
but
pickup.
when I met him and I found out he raps, I was like, yo, you want to hop on the phone and like rap a little bit? And he was like, what? And I was like, what the fuck? Like, yo, I felt weird. I was like, wait a minute, it is kind of
Like
weird. that we're doing-
awkward, cringe,
Yeah.
cringe.
Yeah, but I bring this up to mention that I remember me, you, and Hoya were rapping,
Yeah.
right? And then one time, out of nowhere, like your brother's like, all right, I'll spit one. And you pass the phone over to him, and he just fucking went in, and that shit was hard as fuck. So his
Yeah,
brother
yeah,
was
yeah.
nice.
My brother was very good.
I
nice.
could imagine him being like, "Give me the phone."
Yeah, he's like, oh, y'all rapping?
He's like, yo, y'all sound whack.
I like
Give me the
it's like the mic, but just hand me the phone.
because he's there just listening
Right,
to
right,
everything.
right,
He's
right,
like, yo,
right.
you know what?
Yeah.
Let me show you how it's done. Yeah. So my brother was actually
Shout out
very
to your
good.
brother, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for real, man. I wish he was able to, rap and do
That's
that
kind of
music
a
stuff.
cool feeling. I've always wondered like what it would be like to have a sibling that also raps. That
Yeah.
must be kind of a cool experience.
Yeah, I think that's a great project idea.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hey.
maybe we could do something.
Yeah. Yo, man, thank you for coming on the show,
Yeah,
Flowsik.
for sure, man.
We discussed a lot of shit that it's just weird because I don't think we've ever had like a super long conversation like this,
Yeah.
and there was so much things to cover because we just encountered each other on such a young level of that fire
Yeah.
of really real hip hop.
I
shit.
first saw you at the very first time I came to LA. We went to this spot, this building.
It was like a park. Yeah.
It was like it was like a
Recreational
warehouse. Yeah, it was like
center.
a warehouse,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
recreation. I don't know what it was.
Right,
but
right.
We go inside. We go to like the 7th floor. I forgot. Anyway, and then I would go in and I see you
Yeah.
just freestyling
Yeah,
for
yeah.
like an hour. Like I was just watching you the whole time. I was like, yo, this guy is this guy just won't stop.
Yeah, I was
You know
just a
what I mean?
scruffy
He's annoying
kid.
as fuck.
Yeah,
He won't
and
stop.
And
Jesus
this was
Christ.
right before your first battle with what's that other Asian
Tantrum.
cat's name?
Tantrum,
Bro. Yeah. So yeah, like I remember that, and then like just coming back to LA and just linking up like this again.
Yeah,
it's just,
no.
It's just so cool.
Because
man.
even after that, like we just hadn't had a long time where we even reconnected.
Yeah.
And because everybody's just living life, doing their own thing.
Yeah.
But it's crazy because all these moments are also things that we've known about. We keep up with a lot of involvement of Asian Americans in hip hop and shit. So we knew about the Asiatics deal, the Ice-T shit back then.
Yeah, no,
and I was always
you do. Everything
and
that we hear about.
We were
it.
all curious about it. Like I put in the group chat with the homies. I was like, "Yo, what should I ask Flowsik today?" And they had all these things. They were all like, "Ask this," because people were curious about the real stories behind these things. And that's what this is for. Is like for people to just kind of share that shit.
Yeah.
But,
at the end of the day, it's just another point where you have to just find the strength to keep it going.
I believe you're gonna keep your shit going, man. You've had so many ups and so many like roller coasters of things in your career.
Yeah.
Wherever you land in, whether it be Barcelona or Ho Chi Minh City.
Who knows, man?
wherever.
I might be right down the block.
Yeah. Oh, you're making the K-Town
We'll
move?
see, man. We'll see.
K-Town. Now, don't cut a K-Town. We can't see each other all the time.
Yeah.
Man.
I'm gonna be your co-host.
Yeah, no, we gotta be.
Heard up.
We gotta be in good spirits to see each other every couple months. Like.
For real.
But much love.
I mean, I know we were supposed to collaborate like in the past.
Yeah, let's do something.
We should definitely do something because I think the timing right now is
Let's
great.
all do some shit.
Yeah,
We're
we
down.
should. I think right now it comes to a point where like doing things together is way better and far more effective than trying to just be competitive minded and doing it alone. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm all about getting together now and doing something cool together.
Yeah.
Because you just reach so much more people that way.
It's
like,
just
you know what I mean?
I mean, dude, it's just for all the people who've still been in this is commendable, man. Everybody I run into that's from that era, I'm like, damn, we were still in this shit.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna lie, bro. I'm a competitive guy too, so I'm the type where I see someone doing, rap stuff and they're doing good. I'm gonna be like, ooh, I gotta do better. Like
next week, he has a podcast.
Yeah, I'm gonna have a podcast.
Welcome to the Flow Hour,
where it don't stop. Hey, Jay, I just want to say, like, even from Asiatics, like I was never bushing. I liked the progression. I like that shit.
Yeah.
And then you saying right now that the next project, whatever, is gonna be new shit, like new like styles and stuff.
Yeah.
I just want to say, like, especially me and Dumb, like we always try new shit. Like this motherfucker singing all on his last project. Yeah. You know me.
You got some pipes on you, man.
That's all.
You got some windpipes. No, but I think that's the greatest thing. Trying new things.
Yeah, I just want to say, man, just keep doing that shit, man.
Absolutely,
I love it, man.
Thank you, Rick. Thank you, man. And it's been a long time, bro.
Yeah,
for
real.
Man. Yo, thanks for coming. Appreciate it. We're gonna hang out again. Tune in next week for another episode of Fun with Dumb. Yo, thanks, Rec, for co-hosting too. Yee. Peace.